In a world steeped in history, two hearts beat for each other despite the dangers that surround them. What lengths would they go to protect their love? Amidst the shadows of a hidden cavern, secrets lie waiting to be uncovered. Elara, the spirited daughter of a noble family, had long been warned of the perils outside her estate. Yet, the allure of the forbidden drew her to the whispers of a hidden realm beneath her feet. Each secret she discovered pulled her deeper into danger and closer to a love she could not resist. Across the valley, beneath the harsh glare of fate, stood Kale, the enigmatic heir of a rival clan. His heart burdened by the expectations of his lineage, he found solace only in the quiet whispers of the cavern. The hidden secrets promised not just adventure, but a chance at love that defied their family's feud. One fateful evening, destiny intertwined their paths. Ilara, drawn by the glow of the cavern, stumbled upon Kale, who had ventured to uncover its mysteries. Their eyes met, and in that moment, the weight of their family's enmity faded, leaving only the spark of undeniable attraction. As they ventured deeper into the cavern, the air thickened with unspoken desires. Each secret they unveiled strengthened their bond, yet the shadows of their families loomed large. Would the truth about their lineage shatter the fragile love that had begun to bloom in the darkest of places? Beneath the surface, long-buried secrets began to surface. They discovered ancient scrolls revealing a pact made generations ago, one that foretold their family's intertwined fates and a love that had once blossomed amid the chaos of war. Could they change the course of history? However, their secret romance did not go unnoticed. Whispers spread through their clans like wildfire. Both families, fueled by hatred, sought to keep the lovers apart, igniting a fierce conflict that threatened to tear them from each other's arms permanently. With tensions rising, Elara and Kale made a pact of their own, to meet one last time in the cavern, where love blossomed untainted by bloodshed. They vowed to seek a way to unite their families, believing that love could conquer all, even the fiercest of rivalries. As they embraced, the cavern echoed with the sound of their hearts beating as one, but outside, their families moved closer, each prepared to unleash chaos. Would their love endure the storm brewing above, or would the cavern become their tomb? In a sudden clash, the cavern was illuminated by the flash of swords. The lovers fought against the tide of fate that threatened to drown them. With every swing and shout, their love was tested, pushing them to the brink of despair and hope. In the heart of the chaos, a revelation shattered through the din. Kale, wielding not just his sword but the truth of their lineage, uncovered the reasons for their feud. It was a tale of betrayal and misunderstanding that had kept them apart for centuries. As the truth unraveled, the fighting faltered. Eyes turned towards the couple who had dared to love against all odds. Kael and Alara seized the moment, pleading for peace and understanding, their voices rising above the chaos, echoing with hope. The atmosphere shifted, tension replaced by curiosity. Would their love be strong enough to bridge the chasm between their families? As the two clans pondered, the cavern held its breath, waiting for a verdict that could change everything. In a moment of silence, a figure stepped forward, a wise elder who had seen the devastation of past feuds. He spoke of love, sacrifice, and the cost of hatred, urging the clans to remember the bonds that once united them. Inspired by the elder's words, murmurs of agreement rippled through the crowd. It was not just Ilara and Kale's love on trial, but the future of two clans. Together, they began to envision a world where love could reign, free of bloodshed and vengeance. With the support of their families, Ilara and Kale stepped forward once more, hands intertwined. They proposed a festival to celebrate unity and love. A day where both clans could stand side by side, welcoming a new era born from the ashes of the past. As the festival day approached, the cavern transformed into a symbol of hope. It was adorned with flowers, lights, and laughter. Ilara and Kale watched as two worlds began to merge, their love illuminating a path toward reconciliation. On the day of the festival, families gathered in the cavern, hearts filled with trepidation and hope. As Alara and Kale stood together, they knew that love had the power to heal wounds too deep to see and to inspire change where none seemed possible. As the sun set, casting a golden glow over the gathering, Elara and Kale took center stage. They shared their journey of love and sacrifice, their voices rising in harmony as they called for unity. The cavern responded with a chorus of agreement, echoing their hopes. With each story shared, the barriers of mistrust began to crumble. Laughter rang out where darkness once dwelled, and for the first time, the two clans began to see one another as allies rather than enemies. Love had truly triumphed. As dusk fell, Elara and Kael exchanged vows of love, not just for each other, but for the future they wished to build together. They pledged to honor their families while forging a new legacy, one born from love rather than conflict. In the quiet of the cavern, as the celebrations continued, their love became the foundation of a peace treaty. The two clans signed documents of unity, marking the beginning of a new chapter in their intertwined histories. A tale of love that would be passed down through generations. As time flowed on, the cavern became a sacred place of love and remembrance. Elara and Kale often returned, sharing stories of hope with their children, teaching them the power of love and unity. Through their bond, they transformed history, weaving a richer tapestry of life together. Years later, the cavern echoed with the laughter of new generations. Elara and Kale's love story became legend, a testament to how love could bloom even in the darkest of places. Their journey reminded all that even amidst danger, love could illuminate the path forward. In every heart lies the capacity for love, even amidst the fiercest of battles. Elara and Kale's tale is a reminder that the bonds we forge can change destinies. So, let love lead the way, transforming the future one heart at a time. As Elara and Kale ventured deeper into the cavern, the air grew thick with an ancient magic. Each step they took felt heavy with both anticipation and dread, illuminating the path ahead with flickering shadows. They sensed the heartbeat of the stones surrounding them, whispering secrets of a love long forgotten. Suddenly, a low rumble echoed through the chamber, causing the ground to tremble beneath their feet. Kale instinctively pulled Elara closer, shielding her as a cascade of rocks fell nearby. "We need to move. There's no time to waste," he urged, fear driving his determination. As they dashed down a narrow passage, they stumbled upon a hidden chamber filled with ancient artifacts. The air shimmered with power, and Alara felt a pull towards a beautifully ornate locket resting on a pedestal. It seemed to pulse with a life of its own, calling to her heart. Alara reached for the locket, feeling a surge of warmth travel through her fingers. As she clasped it, visions of a past life flickered in her mind. Two lovers, torn apart by fate, their love echoing through time. Kyle watched, his heart racing as he saw the transformation in her eyes. "What do you see?" Kale asked, his voice barely above a whisper. Elara opened her eyes, filled with tears and wonder, sharing the fragments of their intertwined destinies. "We were meant to find this, Kale. It connects us to a history that cannot be erased." Just as Elara spoke, a shadow darted across the chamber, sending chills down their spines. They turned to see a figure cloaked in darkness, eyes glinting with malicious intent. "You shouldn't have come here," it hissed, sending a wave of dread washing over them. Kale stepped forward defiantly. "We won't let you stop us. Our love is stronger than your threats." Elara felt a surge of courage from Kale's words, bolstering her resolve as she held the locket tightly, feeling its power connect them. The figure sneered, raising a hand to summon dark energy. The cavern walls shimmered ominously, and Alara instinctively stepped closer to Kale. "Together," she whispered, feeling their bond strengthen as they faced the unknown. As the dark energy surged forth, Elara raised the locket, channeling its light. A brilliant glow erupted, pushing back against the shadows. "Our love will always prevail," she cried out, and the cavern erupted in a dazzling display of light and power. The dark figure recoiled, visibly shaken by the surge of light. "No! This can't be!" it screamed, as Alara and Kale stood their ground, the locket illuminating the path forward. Their love was a beacon, cutting through the darkness. With one final push, Ilara and Kale unleashed a wave of radiance that engulfed the entire chamber. The darkness shattered, revealing ancient murals depicting their love story, the truth of their connection laid bare for all to see. As the last remnants of darkness vanished, the cavern transformed into a sanctuary of light. Elara and Kale stood in awe, realizing that their love had not only conquered their fears, but also awakened the spirit of the cavern itself. "We did it!" Elara exclaimed, her voice filled with joy and disbelief. Yet, as they celebrated their victory, a lingering question hung in the air. What other secrets lay hidden within the depths of this magical cavern? Determined to uncover more, they explored deeper into the cavern, where the air shimmered with promise. Elara felt her heart race with every step, knowing they were not just uncovering secrets, but also redefining their destiny. In the next chamber, they discovered an ancient altar adorned with symbols of love and sacrifice. Elara traced her fingers along the carvings, feeling the weight of countless stories echoing through time. "This place is sacred," she whispered, reverence filling her heart. Kale joined her, his gaze filled with awe. "We are part of this legacy now, Ilara. Our love is woven into the fabric of history." He leaned in closer, his voice barely above a whisper. "Together, we can change our fate." As they embraced, a vision surged through them, showing glimpses of their future. Trials and triumphs, love and loss. They realized that whatever awaited them, they would face it together with unwavering hearts. Suddenly, the ground shook again, and the altar began to glow. The symbols illuminated, revealing a hidden passage leading further into the cavern. "This is it," Alara breathed, excitement bubbling in her chest as they prepared to uncover more secrets. As they stepped into the passage, they felt an overwhelming sense of destiny guiding them. Each twist and turn felt like a step toward a greater truth, their hearts united in purpose. The cavern was more than just stones. It was a living testament to love's resilience. At the end of the passage, they found a vast underground lake, its surface shimmering like stars. Realizing this was the heart of the cavern, they felt an unexplainable connection to the magic surrounding them. Here, love and legend intertwined. Alara knelt by the water's edge, peering into its depths. "What if this lake holds the answers we seek?" She wondered aloud. Kale joined her, both captivated by the reflections and the mysteries that lay within its waters. Suddenly, images began to form on the lake's surface. Visions of past lovers, battles fought, and the sacrifices made for love. Their story was a part of something much larger, a thread woven into the fabric of time, waiting to be revealed. Feeling the weight of their connection, Kale took Elara's hand. "We have the power to change this story," he said earnestly, determination hardening in his voice. "Let's uncover the truth, not just for us, but for all those who came before." With renewed purpose, they leaned over the water, whispering their intentions into the depths. The lake responded with a soft glow, and they felt a surge of energy ripple through them. It was a promise of support from the magic of the cavern. As the glow enveloped them, they felt the spirits of the past rising in solidarity. The weight of history bore down upon them, yet it felt like a blessing, a collective strength fueling their resolve to face whatever challenges lay ahead. With their hearts intertwined with the spirits of history, Alara and Kale stood tall. "We are not alone," Kale declared as the lake shimmered like the stars above. "Together, we will write our own legend, one that will echo through time." With one last glance at the lake, they turned to explore the cavern further. Each step they took resonated with the promise of adventure, the tapestry of their love intertwining with the magic of this hidden realm, propelling them forward into the unknown. The cavern twisted and turned, revealing breathtaking formations of crystals and enchanting echoes of laughter. It felt like they were in a world untouched by time, where love and magic coalesced in every corner, waiting to be discovered. Suddenly, they came across a wall adorned with ancient symbols depicting the tale of a star-crossed love. Ilara traced her fingers over the carvings, her heart racing as she read the story. This was not just history, it was a mirror of their own journey. This story speaks of sacrifice and reunion, Kale noted, engrossed in the tale. It's as if our fates are intertwined with those who came before us. Elara nodded, feeling a profound connection not just to the past, but also to the future they were building together. As they continued exploring, they stumbled upon a beautiful garden hidden within the heart of the cavern. Lush greenery and vibrant flowers thrived in the enchanting glow, creating a fairy tale-like setting that felt unreal yet inviting. Elara twirled among the flowers, laughter spilling from her lips. "It's like a dream," she exclaimed, her heart soaring with joy. Kale watched her with adoration, captivated by the way her spirit illuminated the dark corners of the cavern. Yet, amidst the beauty, a sense of urgency bubbled beneath the surface. The magic of the cavern was alive, and Elara could feel the weight of their quest pressing upon them. "We must keep moving, Kale. More secrets await us," she urged, determination sparking in her eyes. Reluctantly, they left the garden behind, venturing into a darker part of the cavern, where the air felt charged with energy. Faint whispers echoed around them, hinting at the presence of long-lost souls still intertwined with the magic of the place. As they proceeded, a shimmering portal flickered to life, pulsating with an otherworldly glow. Alara gasped, recognizing it as a threshold to another realm. "Could this be the way to uncover the truth of our past?" she asked, hope surging within her. Kale stepped forward, feeling a magnetic pull. "We have to take the leap, Alara. The answers we seek are on the other side." Alara took a deep breath, grasping his hand tightly. Together, they stepped into the unknown, hearts united in purpose. As they crossed the threshold, a burst of light enveloped them, transporting them to a breathtakingly beautiful realm. Lush landscapes spread before them, vibrant colors dancing in the sunlight. It felt like they had stepped into a painting come to life, full of possibilities. In this new world, time felt fluid and alive. Alara and Kale breathed in the fresh air, their senses tingling with excitement and wonder. They realized that their journey had only just begun, the magic of love leading them forward into the depths of the unknown. Together, they took their first steps into this realm, hearts filled with courage and hope. Whatever challenges awaited them, they were ready to face them hand in hand, their love a guiding light in the darkest of times. As they ventured forth into the unknown, they knew their love was an unbreakable bond, capable of overcoming any obstacle. Their journey had transformed them, uniting their hearts and destinies forever. Ilara and Kale were not just lovers, they were legends in the making, ready to carve a new path through time. The cavern echoed with the faint sounds of dripping water, a stark contrast to the chaos outside. Alara felt a shiver run down her spine, not just from the chill, but from the weight of their discovery. Every step forward seemed to pull them deeper into the heart of an age-old mystery, where shadows danced and secrets lay buried. Kale's hand tightened around Alara's as they ventured deeper, the air thick with the scent of earth and magic. "Do you feel that?" he whispered, his voice barely above a murmur. The energy pulsing through the cavern was electric, hinting at secrets that could change their fates forever. As they turned a corner, they stumbled upon an ancient mural depicting a forbidden romance between two star-crossed lovers. The vibrant colors seemed to shimmer, telling a tale of passion and sacrifice. Alara's heart raced as she recognized the symbols of their own journey mirrored in this forgotten story. Suddenly, a low growl echoed through the stillness, freezing them in place. Kale instinctively stepped in front of Elara, his eyes scanning the dark corners of the cavern. They were not alone. Something ancient and powerful guarded these secrets, and it would not take kindly to intruders. We must keep moving, Kale urged, his voice steady despite the danger. Elara nodded, her heart pounding. Together, they navigated through narrow passages and larger chambers, each turn revealing more of the cavern's secrets and history, a history intertwined with their own destinies. They reached a grand chamber, the ceiling lost in darkness, where crystals erupted from the ground like a forest of light. In the center stood an altar adorned with ancient runes that pulsed with energy. This was a place of power where destinies could be rewritten and love could be tested to its core. Elara stepped forward, drawn to the altar. As she traced the runes with her fingers, visions flooded her mind. Past lovers, heartache, and the potential for a future filled with hope. But with that hope came a warning. Great sacrifices would be required to achieve their dreams. Kale watched her, a mix of admiration and concern etched on his face. We need to understand what this means for us, Elara. If we pursue this, we could face unimaginable risks. His words hung heavy in the air, a chilling reminder of the dangers that lay ahead. Elara turned to Kale, determination igniting within her eyes. I refuse to let fear dictate our path. Our love is worth any risk. Her voice was resolute, echoing in the vast space around them. Together, they would uncover the truth, no matter the cost. With a deep breath, Kale took Elara's hands in his. They stood together at the altar, the energy swirling around them like a tempest. They understood that the power of the runes was tied to their hearts, and with their love, they could unlock the secrets of the cavern. As they began to chant the ancient words etched into the altar, the cavern trembled, responding to their call. The ground shook beneath them, and bright light erupted from the crystals, illuminating the chamber in a dazzling display. This was a moment of reckoning, a test of their love and courage. Suddenly, the shadows deepened around them, coalescing into a menacing figure that emerged from the darkness. It was the guardian of the cavern, a being of ancient magic, its eyes burning with a fierce light. It demanded to know their intentions, its voice a rumble like thunder. Elara stepped forward, her heart racing yet steady. We seek the truth of our love and the power to protect it, she declared boldly. The guardian's gaze pierced through her as if weighing her very soul. Kale stood resolute beside her, ready to support her declaration. The guardian's expression shifted, curiosity sparking in its fiery eyes. Love is a rare power, but it comes with a price. Are you willing to embrace the sacrifices required to wield it? It rumbled, the weight of the question hanging heavily in the air. We are, Kale declared, his voice ringing with conviction. Elara nodded in agreement, her heart racing with both fear and excitement. This was their chance to forge a path together, but what sacrifices would they have to make? Their journey had only just begun, and the stakes were higher than ever. The Guardian nodded slowly, seemingly satisfied by their resolve. Then prepare yourselves. The trials ahead will test not just your love, but your very souls. You will face challenges that could tear you apart. But if you stand together, you may emerge stronger than before. With a wave of its hand, the Guardian conjured a swirling portal of light, revealing glimpses of the trials that awaited them. Kale and Elara exchanged determined glances, ready to step into the unknown. They were prepared to face whatever came next, together. As they stepped through the portal, they found themselves in a realm that felt both familiar and foreign. The sky above them crackled with energy, and the landscape was a blend of vibrant colors and shadowy forms. Here, the challenges would truly begin, and their love would be put to the ultimate test. Suddenly, a loud roar echoed across the landscape, sending shivers through their spines. Out of the shadows emerged a creature of legend, a fearsome guardian of this realm. Its scales glimmered in the light, and its eyes, filled with ancient wisdom, studied them intently. Kale stepped forward, his heart racing, but his voice steady. We come seeking to prove our love and the strength of our bond. We wish to face the trials that lie ahead. Alara stood by his side, her presence a beacon of support, ready to face whatever was to come. The guardian creature regarded them with a piercing gaze, considering their worthiness. Very well, but know this: the trials will not only test your strength, but also your deepest fears and regrets. Only by facing them together can you hope to succeed. With a powerful flap of its wings, the creature summoned a whirlwind of wind and light, creating a path that spiraled into the unknown. The air crackled with anticipation, and Alara could feel her heart pounding in her chest. This was the moment they had been preparing for. As they stepped onto the path, they were enveloped by swirling colors and sensations, each step drawing them deeper into their own minds. Shadows of their pasts began to appear, whispering doubts and fears that threatened to tear them apart. Ilara felt her insecurities rise to the surface, memories of her past failures flickering like ghosts around them. She could hear their taunts, but Kale's presence anchored her. "We will overcome this together," she shouted, her voice cutting through the darkness. Kale's own fears materialized beside them, visions of a future without Alara, filled with loneliness and despair. The weight of those possibilities bore down on him, but he turned to her, finding strength in her eyes. "I won't let go of you," he declared fiercely, claiming their bond. Together, they faced their darkest moments, each declaration of love pushing back against the shadows. "Our love is stronger than any fear," they cried in unison, the energy of their bond lighting up the path, illuminating the darkness that threatened to consume them. With each step forward, the shadows began to retreat, revealing a vibrant landscape filled with colors and sounds that spoke of hope and renewal. The bond they shared transcended the fears that once haunted them, allowing them to embrace a brighter future together. As they emerged from the trial, the guardian creature observed them with a nod of approval. "You have faced your fears and emerged united. But no, this was only the beginning. More trials await you, and each will test the strength of your love even further. We are ready for whatever comes next," Kale vowed, his voice steady and clear. Elara squeezed his hand, feeling a surge of confidence. Together, they had proven their love could withstand the darkest of trials, and they were prepared to face the unknown together once more. The guardian creature stepped aside, revealing a new portal shimmering ahead. As they approached, it spoke with a voice that resonated deeply within them. "Beyond this portal lies the next trial, one that will test not only your love, but your commitment to each other and to your destinies." With one last glance back at the Guardian, Ilara and Kale stepped into the portal, ready to embrace the challenges ahead. As the light enveloped them, they felt the weight of their love and the sacrifices they were willing to make for each other. They emerged in a vast, open field under a sky painted with swirling clouds and vibrant hues. The air was charged with magic, and the excitement of the unknown filled their hearts. This new realm held promise, but also the potential for peril. As they took in their surroundings, they noticed figures in the distance. A group of warriors clad in armor gathered in a circle. They were practicing combat, their movements fluid and powerful. Alara felt a spark of admiration mixed with apprehension. Kale turned to Alara, his eyes bright with determination. "We must train, Elara. If we are to face what lies ahead, we cannot rely solely on love. We need strength, skills, and allies." Elara nodded, her heart swelling with pride at his resolve. They approached the warriors, their hearts racing as they sought to join their ranks. A tall, imposing figure stepped forward, his gaze piercing as he assessed them. "What brings you to our circle?" he asked, his voice deep and commanding. Kael stepped forward, his voice steady. "We seek to train and prepare for the trials ahead. We are united by love and a desire to protect what we hold dear." The warriors studied them for a moment before nodding slowly, clearly impressed by their conviction. The warrior nodded, gesturing for them to join the circle. Very well, but know that the path you choose will be fraught with challenges. You will need to harness your strengths and work together if you wish to succeed. As they began training, Ilara felt the rush of adrenaline coursing through her veins. Each swing of the sword and every tactical maneuver brought them closer, forging a bond of strength and resilience. They were not just lovers anymore, they were warriors in the making. Days turned into weeks as they trained alongside the warriors, facing their limits and pushing each other to new heights. The laughter and camaraderie built their spirits, and for every bruise and scrape, they found solace in each other's strength. One evening, as they sat by a campfire with their new comrades, Ilara shared stories of their journey. The warriors listened intently, captivated by the tale of love and sacrifice that had brought them here. Their admiration for Ilara and Kale grew, reinforcing their bond further. Suddenly, a loud horn echoed from the distance, signaling a new threat approaching. The warriors sprang into action, their focus shifting from training to defense. Ilara and Kale exchanged a determined glance. They were ready to protect their newfound family. Together, they armed themselves and assembled in a defensive formation. As the dust of approaching hooves became visible, Ilara felt a rush of adrenaline. This was it. Their training would be put to the ultimate test. Would love and commitment be enough to prevail? As the enemy emerged from the shadows, they were met with fierce resolve from the warriors. Elara felt Kale's strength beside her, their bond a source of courage. Together, they shouted, charging forward into battle with their newfound allies. The clash of steel and the sounds of battle roared around them. Elara fought valiantly, her every strike fueled by love and the desire to protect. Kale fought beside her, their movements synchronized as they shielded each other from harm, their hearts beating as one. In the heat of battle, they found themselves separated for a moment, a surge of fear coursing through Ilara as she searched for Kale. But just as panic threatened to take hold, they locked eyes across the chaos, and she felt their connection reigniting her spirit. With renewed strength, Ilara pushed forward, cutting through the enemy ranks. The thought of losing Kale fueled her resolve, and she fought with every ounce of her being. Each victory brought them closer, and soon they found themselves back together, fighting side by side once more. As the battle raged on, they rallied their fellow warriors, the energy of their love inspiring those around them. "Stay strong, we fight for each other," Kale shouted, his voice echoing through the battlefield. The warriors roared in response, their spirits ignited by Ilara and Kale's bond. Finally, as the sun dipped below the horizon, the tide of battle began to turn. With one last push, Ilara and Kale led the charge, rallying their comrades for a final assault. They fought with everything they had, knowing their love was the armor that would carry them through. As the dust settled, the battlefield fell silent. They had faced the enemy and emerged victorious, but not without losses. The weight of their triumph was bittersweet as they gathered with their allies to mourn and honor those who had fallen in the fight for love. Elara and Kale stood together, their hearts heavy with the loss but bound by the strength of their love. They had faced trials that had tested their resolve and emerged stronger. Yet, they knew their journey was far from over, and new challenges awaited them on the horizon. As they looked out over the horizon, a vision of the next phase of their journey began to form. They could see the mountains looming in the distance, shrouded in mist, a place where even greater trials awaited, and where the secrets of the cavern might finally be revealed. "We have each other, and that is the greatest strength we could ever possess," Kale said softly, squeezing Alara's hand. She smiled through her tears, the warmth of his words wrapping around her like a protective shield. Together, they would face whatever came next, unwavering in their resolve. With the warriors beside them, they set off towards the mountains, their spirits high despite the heaviness of their hearts. Each step echoed with the promise of new adventures, challenges, and the potential for deeper bonds and revelations that awaited them. As they approached the mountain's base, a chilling wind swept through the air, whispering warnings of the trials ahead. Elara felt a shiver, but Kale wrapped his arm around her shoulder, grounding her. They exchanged reassuring glances, ready to face whatever awaited them. The path up the mountain was steep and treacherous, with jagged rocks and steep drops. Every step required focus and trust in each other, their love serving as both guide and anchor. They were not just climbing, they were ascending towards their destinies. Halfway up, they paused to catch their breath, the view breathtaking yet daunting. The landscape below seemed a world away, reminding them of the journey they had traveled together. Elara felt a surge of gratitude for Kale, who had been her unwavering support through every trial. As they resumed their climb, the air grew colder and the terrain more challenging. Suddenly, a low rumble echoed above them, and rocks began to tumble down the mountainside. "We need to hurry," Kale shouted, urgency filling his voice as they raced upward. Just as they reached a ledge, a massive boulder crashed down nearby, narrowly missing Ilara. Kale instinctively pulled her to safety, their hearts racing with the adrenaline of survival. It was a stark reminder that danger was always close, but their bond held strong. Regaining their composure, they pressed on, determined to reach the summit. The trials they faced were not just physical, they tested their resolve, their trust in one another. Each obstacle became a testament to the strength of their love, fueling them to go further. Finally, after what felt like an eternity, they reached the summit. The view was exhilarating, with clouds drifting below them, the world sprawling out in all directions. They stood together, breathing in the beauty of their hard-earned victory, knowing they had conquered yet another trial. As they took in the breathtaking scene before them, a radiant light began to pulse from the center of the mountain. It drew them in, beckoning them to explore. Elara and Kale exchanged excited glances. This was a sign that the next phase of their journey was about to begin. As they approached the source of the light, it revealed an ancient door embedded in the rock. Intricate carvings adorned its surface, telling tales of love and sacrifice, much like their own. This door was a gateway, promising revelations that would change everything. Alara reached out to touch the door, feeling a surge of energy course through her fingertips. The carving seemed to pulse in response, resonating with their presence. Kale watched, captivated by the connection between Alara and the ancient magic surrounding them. With a deep breath, Kale joined her, placing his hand over hers. Together, they pushed against the door, feeling it yield beneath their touch. As it creaked open, a brilliant light spilled forth, illuminating their faces and the path that lay ahead. As the light enveloped them, they realized their journey was just beginning, and the trials that lay ahead would challenge everything they knew about love and sacrifice. Together, they stepped into the unknown, ready to uncover the truth of their destinies.